Morning Saints, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Welcome to Saints TV Weekly for September 11th, 2023. It's been a big last couple of days. Obviously, we had the finals, we've had some news, a lot circulating around the club, even though unfortunately our season is now over. But we want to quickly start the video off by thanking Inglewood Coffee Roasters for supporting Saints TV Weekly all season. There's going to be a few more episodes yet for the rest of the season, but we want to thank them. Go on over to inglewoodcoffeeroasters.com.au, use the discount code SAINTS40 and you'll get 40% off coffee, tea and chai products. I'm definitely going to smash a few coffees today, that's for sure. But yeah, let's get straight into it, Sainers. Not the greatest weekend of Saints footy, unfortunately. We went down to the Giants by 24 points at the MCG in front of 68,000 people. So good on all of you for rocking up. And for those of you that didn't, good on you for supporting the club in any way you can throughout the season. Boys battled hard, but GWS are just that little bit better for the whole game, really. 10 to 15% better for the whole game is what I said in my review. So I won't go into too much detail on that because there's the full review already up on YouTube. So check that out if you haven't already. Unfortunately, prior to the game, we did hear the news that Tim Membry was ruled out and Anthony Caminiti, who wasn't in the emergencies, was put straight into the team. Obviously, there's been a bit talked about Membry. I'm not going to go into any detail out of respect for him and his family, but all I want to say is we're with you. We're with you, Skunk. We got to chat to him basically a week before the final at the club, and all smiles and just an absolute legend of a bloke. And we love him, and we hope, he's in a good state at the moment with his friends and family, and wish him all the best, and hopefully we'll see him very soon. But yeah, that was some really, really tough news to take. But yeah, the boys did their best to battle through the game and unfortunately just fell short. But prior to the game as well, we did get some news that in-demand Fremantle wingman Liam Henry has nominated us as his preferred new club for 2024 and onwards. He was a first-round draft pick in 2019. He's played the 43 games, career best season this season. They moved him onto the wing and he was averaging about 20 to 24 disposals per game. Still got a bit to work on in terms of his disposal efficiency, but what he's got is just raw pace, and we don't have that in the lineup. And we need more of it. If anything, if you go by the Giants game and how quickly they move the footy, we need some leg speed, and he definitely brings that. And he fits the mold. 22 years old. He's a first-round draft pick from 4 years ago, getting that experience, hitting his prime in the next 3 to 4 years. So I think he shares the same manager as Brad Hill. So there's some links there, and hopefully we get him across the line. I'd imagine we would have to trade up our pick 30 odd and then bring that into the 20s, low 20s, I think would probably get the job done. A second round pick, I think, would be fair, but we'll see what happens when the trade window opens in October. But that's some really good news. Also some, even better news is the fact that we did break our membership record in our 150th year. So really, really, awesome from the club to do that, and for the supporters to get on board. We hit 60,239 members in 2023, which is incredible. That's just a testament to where the club's going. And I think we all feel the same way. We all feel that even though we lost on the weekend, first week of finals, big build up, and now it's all over very quickly. It's a taste, and we want to get back there. And I really do believe we can be a pretty damn good team in the next 3 to 5 years. I think even Ross in his presser said this is just this is a start of something. We're not the finished article. He's got so much work. This is his real full first preseason. He came in at October, November last year after the trade period. So he didn't even get a say in really what list he was working with last year. So now he really does get to look at every player from the first to the 46th, or how many players are on the list. He gets to look at every single one of them and say, yep, no, let's get him out. Let's get these players in. So I'm really excited to see what we do there. But credit to the support of the fans sticking by the club. And you know what? I reckon we're just going to get bigger and better. And that's awesome. In other seasons, it's blind faith and you're looking forward and you're like, oh, where's all the improvement going to come from? But there's too many avenues of where I think improvement could come from. It could come from the senior boys. It could come from just Ross and the coaches because they're stacked. We've got a very good coaching panel. It could come from the youth that we've got, from the players we bring in. There's so many avenues where I think, we're going to be a decent team. I'd expect us to make top 8 next season and push for that top 6 position again. Absolutely. No reason why not. Injuries, we'll probably get a better run at injuries. Yeah, we'll have a bit of a tougher draw, but so what? Bring it on. So the challenge is ahead of us, but I think that's a really exciting thing. It's good to have that sort of expectation again. Outside noise, they probably think it's a false dawn and we won't make top 8 again next season, and they'll treat us the same way they treated us in the off-season this year. But you know what? We're used to it. We'll buck the trend, and there's always a team that bolts the next season. And I reckon, we could be that team. So great effort to break the membership record there for the Saners. In terms of AFLW, unfortunately, the girls did go down to the Bombers at Windy Hill yesterday. It was a really good game. There was a big improvement there from the girls from the first week against North, and then you look at North and they won 66-6, I think, yesterday. So they're definitely the premiership favourites in the AFLW. We went down 6-4-40 to 4-4-28. I think scores were level there for a little bit. Prasparkas, she was a star for the Bombers. She had 29 disposals. Very, very good player there. But the girls can hold their heads high. They were really, really good. Battled really hard. Xenos was particularly very good. Kicked a good goal. Lambert, Smith, Vesley, Patricios, McDonald also on the goal sheets. Stevens was good as well. So yeah, I think the girls are slowly building, definitely improving week on week. So hopefully, I think we've got Port, I think at RSEA Park. So the first game at RSEA Park coming up, and then we've got the big round 4 game, I think against Collingwood, where their club's going to put on, just an event at RSEA. So that might be, a nice one to get down to. Kind of just get back to Moorabbin, even though the men's done. Let's go and support the girls and get behind them now for the next, I think 8 or 9 weeks that their season's going. So didn't get the win, but definitely a big improvement there from the girls. So hopefully they can get the job done next week. Now, we'll go quickly into some trade stuff. So obviously we talked about Liam Henry, but obviously there's some out-of-contract players that are going to be a little bit nervous, I reckon, going into the next couple of weeks. So I've got the list here of unsigned players for 2024 and also how many games they've played this season. So you can kind of tell where Ross is going. So Oscar Adams, unsigned, 0 games. Ronnie Burns, unsigned, but 20 games. I really do think Ronnie should have played on the weekend. I can't stress that enough. I think his leg speed would have been invaluable against a quick team like the Giants. Big missed opportunity there. Jack Bytel, 6 games. Tom Campbell, 0, although he killed it at Sandy. I think he finished second in the BNF. Hunter Clark, unsigned, 19 games. Very, question mark there. Nick Caulfield, 0. Leo Connolly, 0. Jade Gresham's the massive one, 23 games. Was pretty good against the Giants on the weekend. He's unsigned. Tom Highmore, 0. I think he's out the door. Zach Jones, 4. I think he's probably done. Dan McKenzie, 0, but mainly due to injury, so hard to gauge there. Jack Paris, the 1 game, which he was good in, but then immediately dropped, so a bit stiff. Liam Stocker, 23 games, should stay. Jimmy Webster should stay, 17 games. So I think Campbell, Gresh, and I think maybe Hunter Clark, Caulfield, I think they're kind of the big ones. People are linking us to Marbio Chol from the Gold Coast. He's contracted, but he's one that I think we could look at. I mean, personally, I just want to get Ben King, but if you can't get Ben King, you probably get Marbio Chol, and he's good in the ruck, good forward. He would support Rowan Marshall big time around the ground. So I think, there's a lot of news that's going to be breaking, I reckon, the next 2 to 3 weeks on this stuff. Delistings are going to be very, very interesting. They usually happen pretty quick. I think this week they'll probably have their exit interviews or whatever they're called. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes, Sainers. But that's pretty much the news for Saints TV Weekly for September 11th. There's some good news there. Membership, Liam Henry nominating us, and then obviously some disappointing news. The boys getting knocked out in the first week of the finals, and the girls going down a Windy Hill. But we live, we learn, and we grow, Sainers. So bring it on. Saints TV live tonight. We've got the potty tonight, so send in your junk mail. And then I'm going to be doing, obviously my season review, probably break down each position, go through certain players. That'll be hopefully out by the weekend, I reckon. And there'll be plenty of off-season. Any news that breaks, trade news, rumours, whatever, you get it here on Saints TV. So make sure you hit subscribe, like, and obviously comment your thoughts. Let me know how you're going, your positioning on the club now after the season, what you're expecting from next season and what you want to see in the off-season this season as well. So take care, Sainers. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. But as always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.